warm welcome to everyone. I'm R.HariPriya, Assistant Professor, Department of Costume Design and Fashion. So this is a DT based video. In this video, I have given different two samples for fabrics of samples to those students. So those students are finding what is a weave, and those weave can be what are all the stages of that. So how we can differentiate it? Is it possible for that? So on examining these fabrics, they will question me about this. So what is the stages of this, and what are all the stages, and how we can utilize this weave for different stages. So first, empathize. Okay, Niveta, can you tell me what you have find on this?
It is plain weaving.
Okay.
This plain weave is used in uniform, gas vessels, bag, wool textiles.
Yes. So in this empathy stage, you have find this is a plain weave, right? Okay. You have asked me a question that it can be used in a uniform, casual. Yes, it can be used in, mainly it is used in uniforms, but we can use different fibers or different yarns for this, because the plain cotton can be very lenient, so delicate, and it can be easily tear, which means it can easily tear. So that we use different fibers for this. So after that, different fibers, we can get a good durability on this. Okay. Okay, Shripriya, what is your finding?
This is plain weave, ma'am.
Okay.
And the weave gives durability, breathability. What is meant by durability?
Durability, which means it can withstand for a long time. So if a plain weave can be used in a strong fabric, it cannot be durable. So we have to use somewhat different fibers. This is a plain weave, but we can use different fibers for that. Okay. So durable, which means long lasting. Next.
It feels lightweight.
Yes, it is lightweight because it is plain weave. It's so that it is a light one. If we use different weave structures, the structure based on the structure and the yarn strength, it can be different. Okay, next one. Breathability. What is breathing? Can you imagine that? Breathing. Inhale and exhale. So on using this fabric, if air can be easily permeable on this. Air permeable, which means it can be easily passed and it can be easily passed out. So that if it is like that, we can have a good feel on that. Are you comfortable in summer with polyester? Why?
No, it's not comfortable.
But cotton is comfortable on summer's time, right? So it is the breathability. Okay, next.
That's it.
Okay. So in this empathy stage, we have find what is the plain weave and what are all the used for that. You asked me that it is a uniform can be made with plain weave, right? And you have asked me about durability, breathability. Okay. What is next stage is defined. Okay. Can you define any questions on this?
If there is any challenges, ma'am, fiber types, cotton, polyester.
Yes, so I have already told you, right? So you can use in uniform, but the fiber should be differed, because the cotton has very lenient structure. But if it is comfortable with polyester, nylon, any other man-made fibers, it is somewhat good. Okay, so we can shuffle the fiber types. So to make a plain weave to be a strong one. Okay, next one. What do you have found?
I think this will have some technical challenges.
Yes, there is some technical challenges. So technical challenges, which means the manufacturing process. The technical statement can be a manufacturing process. So in the manufacturing process, there are mainly two categories, I think so. Yarn. First one is yarn. So yarn, it is made up of fiber. So if we manipulate a fiber using different yarn. So yarn, which means made up of fiber. So a cotton mixed with some other man-made fiber to make a different, stronger yarn. So it is a technical challenge one. Any other? Thread count. So in using this glass, have you found the yarn count?
This one.
How many count you have find? For warp and weft you have find using this big glass, right?
Yes.
In your textile science you have learned about it. So using this big glass, in between the 1 inch, how many warp yarns and how many weft yarns you have already found. So if you are manufacturing a plain weave, okay, you have to find the yarn count. In a 1 inch yarn, 1 inch space, we have to make more yarns to get the thicker fabric, right? So it is the main thing. Next, idea. What is your statement on this?
And there is any different fiber types, organic cotton, bamboo.
Yes.
Recyclable
So if you are
polyester.
going with the natural fibers, we can go with sisal. Sisal, it is made up of linen, jute, then silk. Silk is a very delicate fiber, so we cannot mingle with that. So that we can go with linen, jute, any other fibers? Cotton. Okay, so we can mix those things. With this, we can made with man-made fibers. So if you are going with an organic cotton, it seems to be somewhat different. Okay, so you are ideating that we can create different fibers like organic materials and with man-made fibers, so that we can create a new plain made fabrics. Next, yours.
Can you create any variation in this?
Yes. By what type? You are asking about which method? Plain waves already we have learned it's a one-up one-down structure. Any other that how we can change? Is there any?
Yarn.
Yes. So if you are using a different yarns like she told, ma'am, shall we shuffle the yarns like cotton, sisal, then jute. With this we can mingle with polyester, nylon, rayon. So those are man-made fibers, and with cotton, with the natural fibers, we can mingle those things and we can create a different stronger fabric using a plain weave. Okay, in this topic we are discussing about the plain weave with different structures, right? Okay, next, prototype. What is your idea about prototype?
Shall we able to create some new samples by different fiber?
Yes, we have learned now, right? In this idea topic itself, we have discussed about it. So using different fibers or different yarns, we can mingle the plain weave. We can create a different plain weaves. Okay? Yours?
Many construction materials.
What do you mean by construction? It is a manufacturing process.
Warm.
Yes. So if you are so in weaving structure, what are the yarns we are using? In weaving structure, how many yarns we are using? So in this direction, what we call horizontal, weft. And this? Okay. So you are asking me, ma'am, shall we change those things? Yes. So if we need a flexibility, we need weft yarns. So man-made fibers are somewhat to be flexible. So if you are shuffling the yarns, you should use in the polyester, nylon, rayon, man-made fibers to be in your weft direction. The warp should be your natural fibers or a cotton, so that we can create a plain weave using those fibers to be a strong one. Okay. Next, did you have any questions on that? Next, test. Okay. What is the final test? Can you question me on that?
Weight and structure.
Okay, you are asking me that if you are change those things, it will affect the weight and texture. What is texture?
It's just a
Feel. Touching feel, right? So can you imagine these two fabrics are plain weave, but it seems to be the same texture? Touch and tell me that. Why? It is a plain weave, but why it has different textures?
Because the fiber is
This is delicate because this is a mercerized cotton, and this is not a mercerized cotton. It is a direct raw cotton. It is Gada fabric. It is a lining fabric. So this is a plain weave. Even though it is a plain weave, it has different textures. So it definitely affect the texture. Okay. While processing, surely it will affect the texture because we are using different yarns. So those yarns can be having different structures. Cotton has a different structure, right? It is a twisted ribbon-like structure. But polyester, it is a tube-like structure because it is a man-made one. So on combining those things, surely the texture will differ and weight also will differ. Based on that, those weight and the texture of the fabric, we have to plan for. If it is okay, means we can go with apparel, or else we can go with any other textile field. your question is the plain wave can be used in different field with different structures. Is it? And I have answered for you